October the 7th, we left our house, headed for a walk as normal. We walked about 2 miles, maybe 2.5. She looked at me and she noticed that I obviously didn't have any color. And she said, "What is wrong with you?" And I said, "Well, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm having shortness of breath. I can't breathe."
Our trip through the ER seemed to be expedited fairly quickly, especially when the blood test showed that Otis had had a massive heart attack. And we had several hospitalists come in to care for him and several technicians to do other blood work and other x-rays.
Chaz Jackson has me on the cath table and he's doing the catheterization, and there he identified 5 blockages. So I asked, have I had what is known as the widowmaker? And they said, yes, you've had that, and we have to do emergency bypass surgery.
When Chaz was wheeling Otis from the cath lab back to whatever part of the hospital where they do the open heart surgery, he let us visit with Otis for just a few minutes, and they were waiting on an anesthesiologist, which was Jonathan Worrell, and I had never met him before, but he spoke to us and told us, you know, how he was going to care for Otis, and then he asked if he could pray, and he laid hands on Otis. I laid my hand on his hand. I can't tell you what he said, can't tell you what he prayed, but when he finished, I said, "My husband is in the right hands." I said, "I feel completely comfortable with you going with him to do this surgery."
We witnessed how important faith in God is to doctors as they go through an open heart surgery. I know doctors that pray, but I've never experienced prayer the way we did that day.
Because of the staff during that 7-day time period, it was easier for me to be at peace, and it was easier for me not to be afraid, because those people who were called to that job at Redmond were being the hands and feet of Christ, not just to Otis, but to me, to our sons, and to our friends who came to see about him.
Now, nearly 12 weeks later, I think they've been successful. I think my heart is stronger, and I do think it'll continue to improve. Well, I know it'll continue to improve. Dr. Gerard told me that he wouldn't be surprised at some point in time I actually feel better than I did prior to the heart attack. AdventHealth Redmond is an asset to Rome and Floyd County. It's important to Rome and Floyd County. It's important to me and my family now because they saved my life.